A very warm welcome to all of you. I'm very happy to meet all of you today because we have something very interesting coming up. This is Asira Chirmule. I'm a psychologist and I work at my own center called as Atha Center for Psychotherapy and Training. So before I tell you what we are going to do today, let me first introduce Atha Center. Atha Center for Psychotherapy and Training is a way to provide and educate masses about the importance of psychotherapy and the various techniques. When I say techniques, I'm highlighting mental health and emotional well being techniques. So, we try to use these techniques to improve one's mental health, well being, and overall quality of life. Atha Center is based in Thane, and it is built on two premises. One is scientific evidence based psychotherapy, tools like rational emotive behavior therapy, cognitive behavior therapy, acceptance and commitment therapy. And we are also inclined towards Eastern psychological concepts. So we believe that a blend of both Eastern and Western psychology is the way to move forward. I'm so happy to let you know that today this webinar is the initiative by our interns who were working with us in December 2021. This batch of interns, something very special about them, I would like to highlight. They're very enthusiastic about making a difference in the field of psychological well being. And age is no bar here. We have Umaji, Manishaji, who are so much experienced, but they are what you say, blooming with zeal and passion for this subject. Then we have our budding psychologists like Lakshmi, Hazara, and Harleen. Hazara is a practicing psychologist. We have Harleen, who is a student of psychology, and Lakshmi is studying Indian psychology more specifically. So, this is a great batch of interns who are going to introspect with all of you today on our webinar topic Mental Health Resolution Planner for 2022. But before I tell you what we are going to talk about and what is this planner, I am going to ask all these interns to introduce themselves first. So let's start with Umaji.
Hello all. I'll introduce myself. I'm Uma Bedarkar from Pune. My age is 59 years. I'm science graduate. In 2020, I have completed my counseling psychology diploma, PG diploma in counseling from Baya Karve Institute, Pune. Now I'm chasing counseling skills with Atha. So now Manisha ji will introduce herself. Manisha ji.
Manisha ji, you have to just you're on mute, so you'll have to unmute yourself.
मैं मनीषा कर्णव अमरावती से हूँ। मैं 52 ईयर्स ओल्ड हूँ और मैंने मेरा पीजी में बीएससी इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स में ग्रेजुएशन किया है इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स में, और बाद में 25 ईयर्स के बाद मैंने पीजी डिप्लोमा किया, डिप्लोमा काउंसलिंग एंड साइकोथेरेपी में, इसलिए कि मैं पार्किंसन पेशेंट हूँ और सम एक्सपीरियंस के लिए मैंने किया। और अभी मैं 2 हॉस्पिटल्स में, मल्टी स्पेशलिटी हॉस्पिटल्स में काउंसलिंग करती हूँ। थैंक यू। हजारा प्लीज।
Thank you, Manisha ji. That was a beautiful introduction. So, introducing from my side, my name is Zara Sheikh, and I'm currently pursuing as I'm an assistant professor at KBP College, and I'm working as a counselor also over there. And I'm really glad that I've got an opportunity to work with Atha Center, wherein I have this opportunity to be an intern and come up with this unique idea of mental health resolution, which is the need of the hour. So thank you, Asira ma'am, for having us over here. I would like Lakshmi to have a introduction of hers.
Thank you, Hazara. I am Lakshmi Shivraman. I am a student at Chinmaya Vishwavidyapeeth, currently pursuing MSc in Applied Clinical and Health Psychology. And one unique thing about this course is that we focus a lot on Indic psychological principles. So I am inclined towards integrating both the Eastern and the Western psychological concepts in my practice. Now I would like to call upon Harleen to introduce herself.
Thank you so much, Lakshmi. A very warm welcome and good morning to everyone who is watching and my fellow interns. And my name is Harleen Kaur. I am 17 years old. I am pursuing bachelor's in psychology. I'm in my first year. I'm pursuing psychology from Vivekananda Education Society's College of Arts, Science and Commerce. Today we are here to talk about mental health resolutions. We have all heard people speaking about their resolutions at the start of the year, but we have rarely heard about mental health resolutions. I would like Asira ma'am to brief us about our webinar today.
Yes. So all our viewers and participants who are going to watch this webinar later also, it is going to be on our YouTube. You must have understood what a unique batch of interns we have in front of you. So all of us, let's get ready now to understand this resolution planner. Yeah, Shrikant ji is saying it is an interesting panel. For sure, it is a very interesting panel here. When all of us came with this idea, we thought that we need to resolve this year to prioritize our mental health. You must have seen, generally, our resolutions are based on what? Career goals, physical well being, relationship goals. But do we concentrate on emotional health? Not so much, unless we go through distress. But that's not what 2022 is all about, guys. 2022 is all about mental health today and every day. It's not just for one day. So, what is this mental health resolution? Mental health resolution is going to concentrate on mental health promoting attitudes. There is a very famous quote which says, your attitude decides your altitude in life. What attitude you are going to adopt is going to decide the quality and the direction of your life. And mind is like the lens through which we perceive life. You know, the contact lenses that we wear, through them we see everything. Mind is that lens, mind is that contact lens. It helps us to contact with the world. And individuals who use contact lenses, they might be knowing this. Every day we have to clean them, right? Similarly, with our mind also, this cleansing procedure needs to be done every day. And how can we clean our mind? We can clean our mind with 12 mental health promoting attitudes that we are going to share with all of you today, starting from January and ending with December. This is what is the objective of today's webinar. And what will be the outcome of webinar? The outcome of webinar will be you will get a planner, which is a personalized planner from all of us. This is something that we have learned from our 2021 experience. So it is a very personalized planner that we are sharing with all of you. And if you try to apply this planner in your life, you will have an inspired life ahead. You'll be able to overcome adversities of life with these mental well-being promoting attitudes. So let us start. So we're going to start with January. And I'm happy that I'm starting with Jan. And today is 28 Jan. I don't know, we don't have much time for us to practice this mental health promoting attitude, but we have time to reflect on it. So January stands for pause for self-care. This is the plan for Jan. Now, when I say pause for self-care, can our participants tell me what do you mean by self-care? You can post your comments in the chat section. When I looked at self-care, I thought self-care is giving yourself permission to rest. It is self-initiated. It is not something that others are going to do for us. It is something that we have to do for ourselves. Personally, I'll tell you, 2021, I was constantly on the go, achieving things, wanting to reach somewhere, moving forward in life, wanted to pursue my goals. But in that, sometimes we lose focus on ourselves. We don't pay attention to our psychological health. We are unable to unwind and slow down. And you must be knowing, if we don't pay attention to ourselves, quality of life is also going to get affected. The way our laptop, when we use our laptop, for like different days, and every day they say, for better quality and health of your laptop, you need to shut it down every day. If you don't shut it down, it will create a lot of problems. It won't be able to handle bugs, and the performance is also going to be weakened. Same thing with us. Shut down. Shut down every month. Pause. Pause for your own self. This shutdown, this self care is going to promote resilience. You will be able to live healthier life. You will be better equipped to manage stress. And most importantly, self care results in improved immune system. That's why it's important to focus on self care. Now you would ask me, but how to do it? What are some of the tips for self care? So, I'm going to give you 3 tips to practice daily self care, or we could call it emotional self care. First, schedule me time every day, at least for half an hour. You should have your me time. It could be in the morning, afternoon, evening, whichever time that suits you, but start with scheduling me time. And me time doesn't mean that you are going to be on your phone or laptop or chatting with friends. Me time is somewhere, a time where you will reflect on yourself. In this me time, you can either take a relaxing hobby like painting, coloring, music. So, one is you can take a relaxing hobby. Second is you can do journaling. Journaling is writing down your thoughts, writing down your feelings. That also goes a long way in self care. So, 2 things I said. One is schedule me time. In your me time, either take up a relaxing hobby or do journaling. Next point is, in this me time, you also need to check in with yourself. Ask yourself, how am I doing? How is everything with me? Check in with yourself. Generally, we check in with our friends, right? How are you? Is everything fine? But what about your own self? Do these daily check ins, and you will see they'll go a long way. And my last tip for self care is, start your day with a rational affirmation. Get up in the morning and start your day with a rational affirmation. Today, I will focus on just my efforts, not the outcome. Today, I will count my blessings. Set these daily rational affirmation timers and reflect on them. These are my quick tips for all of you on January, which talks about pause for self care. Right? Now, let's look at what Umaji has to say about February.
Yeah. Hello, all. Like everyone, I also have so many resolutions for this new year, mainly 2 on mental health. We'll try to follow. Resolution for February 2022 is cultivate self awareness. So, as I'm growing old, I'm nearing 60, my kids are abroad. I lost my in laws and parents. All these years, I was busy either in parenting or looking after parents. Now, suddenly, I started feeling vacant, lonely, nothing to do. So, do you know how I handled my this situation by cultivating self awareness. Decided to be with myself, enjoying my own company, paying attention to self and my surrounding rather than getting lost in thoughts. Started listening to my inner voice. I think this process of understanding our own personality, understanding strengths, weaknesses, will give me insight of my own feelings. To work on my loneliness, I'm planning few activities like reading good literature, sharing with my friends, planning to be social, outing with some friends. Now I realized I enjoy nature. I'll plant few flowering plants in my garden so that my daily routine will include watering plants mindfully. All these activities will help me to overcome my feelings of loneliness. Lakshmi, what do you think?
I completely agree, Umaji, especially the idea about cultivating a garden. That is really a beautiful self awareness and even self care tip because it helps you connect to nature. So I would further like to speak about seeking discipline and inner freedom. So what do I mean when I say this? All of us, whether we are students, seekers, or in whatever walk of life we are in, we are all seeking something. That could be happiness, that could be peace, that could be anything, but all of us are seekers at the end of the day. And to perform our duties well, to take care of ourselves, we need a sense of discipline. And that discipline can be cultivated in small small steps. Like for me as a seeker, I would want to ensure that I'm sleeping on time, I am waking up on time, I am doing my whatever uh, studies perfectly, I'm able to work on my assignments well. So it's like a holistic integration where you take care of your mind, your body, and your soul, which eventually gives you an anchor during challenging times. And it also gives you a sense of inner freedom because you are then slowly able to analyze your thoughts, you're able to understand your emotions, that you're no longer acting on them, you are more anchored in your own self. So that is what cultivating discipline is. Not just about a momentary practice or a short term practice, it's for your entire lifetime. That is how I would like to look at it. And for you, you can tailor your own schedule based on how you would like to go about with it, but take small steps and don't give up. That is the main thing. So what do you think, Hazara?
I really loved your thing that's saying that we have that control with ourselves that we can go ahead and tailor it. And I totally follow that. And that's what reminds me with my resolution. So
Sorry to
before moving
interrupt,
forward,
Hazara.
yes,
Just a
ma'am.
minute. Can you just give a brief from Jan to March, please? Like the names of the our mental health resolutions. So audiences who have joined now, they can connect with us.
Yes, ma'am. So, those who have joined now, so we have like reached till March, and we are soon going to enter in April. So, we started with a resolution of 22 for January, which was pause for self care. Then we move forward to Umaji, who beautifully told us with respect to a resolution for February 2022, that is cultivate self awareness. Then Lakshmi gave a beautiful brief with respect to a resolution for March 2022, that is seek discipline and inner freedom. And here I am entering April. So, before going further with respect to what exactly I'm going to talk about my resolution, there is a small story related to it, and I would like to share it with my audience. And if this story helps anyone among the audience and among my friends over here, it will really be very grateful from my side. So basically, the story starts like before me entering master's clinical psychology, completing and becoming professor. While I was doing TY, I was just exposed to research things. I knew a lot of content with respect to special children, but I was doing a research with respect to parenting and special children. During that time, I was like very much gripping about everything. What kind of exam dates? What is this going on? Why is everything happening to me? Everything bad needs to happen to me. All this thing, and like as usual, lots of complaint and lots of anything appreciation. I was sitting and doing my work. Suddenly, there was this group of people. I was grateful that I got an opportunity to do work with an NGO, and group of special children entered the room. As our tendency, I was never exposed to such kind of people. Special children, never ever I had heard about them. But as soon as they entered, I was really skeptical. What should be my next action? Should I just go? Should I say something? And I was all my way thinking a lot about it. Then suddenly one of among the child came and peeped inside and just smiled towards me. And that's it. That's the end of the story. Like I went back home, I was like thinking it would be rude to compare that what I have and what he does not have. But irrespective of whatever things I can talk, I can analyze, still I was gripping the whole day. But when the child came to me, he was not able to talk properly, he was not able to analyze, nor even like see properly. Still, he the level of happiness he had, there is no comparison with any one of us. And the reason behind is he knows to appreciate his life. And what we do is we complain. So, my resolution for April 2022 is appreciate life and complain less, which also reminds me with a small quote that as you waste your breath complaining about life, someone out there is breathing their last. Pandemic has taught us a lot about this. So, my friends, let's appreciate what we have, be thankful, and stop complaining. Because living more, complaining less, give more of smile and less of stress. So, this was my resolution for April, and I would like Manisha ji to go ahead with the further one.
Thank you, Ardana. My resolution is learn from self-examination. मैं पार्किंसन के पेशेंट हूँ और मेरे को जब भी शादी के 6 साल बाद में पार्किंसन हुआ और टाइफो मलेरिया होने के कारण ये प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट हुआ। अपने ब्रेन में जो डोपामाइन नाम का जो जो केमिकल रहता है उसको अपन हैप्पी हार्मोन और लव हार्मोन भी बोलते हैं, उसकी डेफिशिएंसी हो गई एकदम से और कुछ समझ में नहीं आता था अब क्या हो रहा है अपने को। लेकिन मैंने मेरे घर के लोग और सबने मेरे को बहुत सपोर्ट किया और मैंने सोचा कि जैसी हूँ मैं वैसे ही सब कुछ करूंगी। मेरे बच्चे भी बहुत छोटे थे तब भी और मेरे घर के लोगों ने बहुत मदद की और मैंने वो पार्किंसंस के साथ दोस्ती भी कर ली, उसको एक्सेप्ट भी कर लिया और मैंने अपना सब कुछ बाहर जाना भी शुरू था, सब काम भी करती थी मैं और लोगों को ऐसा यानी मेरे से वो सीखते थे कि ये देखो ये कैसी होकर भी यानी वो कर सकती है। और मैंने भी उनको कहा कि वो मैंने जब जब अपन किसी बात को स्वीकार करते हैं तो वो बहुत इजी हो जाती है और एक्सेप्टेंस बहुत बड़ी चीज है। और मैंने सेल्फ एग्जामिनेशन किया कि मैं रोती बैठूंगी तो मेरे कोई काम में नहीं आएगा, जब मैं हंसूंगी तो सब घर हंसेगा मेरा। और खुद की बार बार मैं कंप्लेंट नहीं करती थी ऐसा हुआ वैसा हुआ, जो कुछ होता था झट से डॉक्टर के पास चली जाती थी और उनसे सलाह लेती थी। अमरावती के बहुत बड़े न्यूरोलॉजिस्ट है, डीएम है वो डॉक्टर सिकंदर अडवाणी और मानसोपचार तज्ञ डॉक्टर मुकुंद मुर्के, जहाँ दोनों भी जगह में काउंसलिंग का काम करती हूँ, उन्होंने मेरे को बहुत हेल्प किया और मैं रेडियंट हॉस्पिटल की हीरो हूँ वहाँ की। उनको सबको बहुत अच्छा लगता है कि यानी कि सबको मैं बताती हूँ कि अपने स्वीकार करना चाहिए और सब। और बड़ा डिजीज जो है वो तो पार्किंसन मेरे साथ ही आने वाला है, इसलिए मैं घबरा कर कैसे रह नहीं सकती और उसको दोस्त बनाकर अच्छे से मैंने अभी भी 2 साल पहले मैंने पीजी डिप्लोमा भी कर लिया। सर लोगों ने बोला कि आपके पास डिग्री चाहिए और आपका तो खुद का तो एक्सपीरियंस बहुत ज्यादा है। मैंने बोला हाँ आप बोले तो मैं करूँगी, और इसी तरह मैंने पीजी भी कर लिया। और कोरोना वॉरियर के हिसाब से मैंने सबको हेल्प भी किया। ऐसा है मेरा, सेल्फ एग्जामिनेशन करके, और मम्मी पापा को भी मैं संभालती हूँ। मेरे को बहुत दुख जब हुआ कि मेरे मम्मी को भी पार्किंसन डिक्लेयर किया, तब मेरे को बहुत बुरा लगा, क्योंकि खुद को है ये मैं ये कर सकती हूँ, लेकिन मेरे अपने लोगों को कुछ हुआ तो मैं सहन नहीं कर पाती। बहुत रोई उस दिन, लेकिन अभी मैंने मन में मन ठहराया कि रोने से कुछ होने वाला नहीं है। उसको दोस्ती करनी चाहिए, फाइट नहीं करनी चाहिए उससे। और ऐसा है मेरा इस साल का रेजोल्यूशन 2010 का।
That
थैंक यू।
was excellent, Manisha ji. That was very good. So till now we have seen Jan, just doing a quick recap, pause for self-care. February, cultivate self-awareness. March, seek discipline. Then April, appreciate life, complain less. Now, then May, sorry, Manisha ji's, which is learn from self-examination. Let's see what Harleen has to say about June.
Hello, everyone. Manisha ji is such an inspiration, and I'm very inspired already by her resolution. I'll try to inculcate that in my daily life. Now, my resolution for June 2022 is connect with my values and dreams. Now, I've always heard my elders saying, when I used to be small, मैं हमेशा सुनती थी, they used to say, बचपन ही बेस्ट होता है. बचपन सबसे अच्छा पीरियड होता है आपकी लाइफ का. Now that I realized why, I realized that when we are little, we are somewhat connected to our values. Now, what exactly are values? Values are the essence of your life. A value is something which makes you immensely happy from the inside. You are at peace when you are bringing your value in practice. My value, if I talk about my value is spreading kindness and helping people. I started to realize that when I help people, when I see smile on their faces, it gives me immense pleasure. I love looking at people who are happy because I helped them. We are in such a situation, global pandemic. We are seeing our loved ones getting COVID. We are seeing so much distress and so much, there's a lot of negativity around us. During these times where there is so much negativity, why why don't we just start spreading positivity? Little steps, how can we bring that in practice? For me, I made a resolution that I want to stay in connect with my value on a weekly or a daily basis. Helping someone elderly who is carrying groceries, taking their bags from them, helping them, smiling at a stranger, letting someone know that whatever you're going through, even if you're not comfortable sharing it with me, whatever you're going through, do not worry, it is going to be okay and you're strong. Just letting people know around me that I am proud of them. These are just, we always think that these are just statements, but we never know. A smile, a statement, or something, whatever we are saying is going to make someone's entire day, is going to bring a smile on their face. And a time where we are right now, we are stuck in our homes, we are in lockdown, we cannot go out, we cannot meet our friends, we cannot meet our family. It's very important to support each other, to uplift each other. So that is my resolution, to be in deep connect with my values on a weekly basis. And Umaji, I hope this was relevant. I want to hear your opinion on this.
Yes, true, true, Harleen. Helping is really, it is needed for this society now. Yeah, my resolution for July 2022 is acknowledge and allow emotions. So, throughout the day, I am disturbed with my negative thoughts. Thoughts like if I get up late, I start blaming myself. My routine gets disturbed. I cannot finish my daily chore in time, will not get time for yoga, for meditation, and for studies and all. So these negative thoughts make me sad. Sometimes I get angry. I find it hard to cope with this anger. In this internship, I learned how easily this can be handled. I'll take a pause, learn to listen to my inner self. I'll understand what situation I'm going through, what are my feelings. I'll notice, identify, will validate, and acknowledge them. We'll take a deep breath and accept, yes, I'm sad. I'm a little bit angry also. I'll welcome that emotion. Then we'll decide, is it necessary to express that anger, or I have to allow it to let go? We'll think of ways which make me feel better. One way is getting up early as per schedule will help me to finish work in time. I'll get time for my yoga and mindful breathing meditation also, which makes me feel fresh, and with positive attitude I can I can start my day. So, Lakshmi, what do you think?
Yes, yes, Sumaji. That is absolutely right. As Shrikantji is also agreeing with you that being 56 years, these tips are really useful. And somebody said that they didn't understand the resolution for March. So it's in accordance with what you said as well. So I'll just do a quick recap. Uh, so Gurudev Swami Chinmayananda, he was a great master. He would say this famous quote by him that not doing what you feel like doing is true freedom. So that is where discipline comes in. If you look in the Ramayana, there's an entire routine that Sri Ramachandra follows as a king. He wakes up in the morning and he has his own sadhanas to do, and then he attends to kingly duties, and all his entire daily routine is described. What makes great people great? What makes normal people great? It's discipline. It's an all encompassing, what to say, strategy. For your physical health, you sleep on time, you wake up early, you eat right. That eventually impacts your mental health. For your mental health, as Asira said, you delineate around 30 minutes of me time. For your spiritual health, you take some prayer time. So you can customize it as per your choice and see how it impacts your life in the long run. And my second resolution for today, for the month of August, is respond, don't react. So, in the past 1 year, I have been observing in myself that certain situations cause a lot of emotional turbulence in me, and that is true for all of us. We all get impacted by situations around us, and sometimes we feel like crying, sometimes we yell, sometimes we don't know what is going on. Our mind is running in different directions. At such times, what can we do? We can choose to talk to someone, but do you think in that state of mind you are really going to be able to explain to anyone what you're going through? So, at such times, what you can actually choose to do is take a step back. It might not seem easy in the beginning. You can take the help of aids such as music, you can go for a walk, you can journal. Journaling is a very good way of, understanding your emotions. You can use these three techniques to step away from the situation. When we distance ourselves from something, we can actually see what that situation is in its entirety. Then, in such a frame of mind, in a calmer frame of mind, we don't react, we rather respond. We respond from a space of security, we don't react from a space of anxiety. So, distance yourself from the situation and choose to respond. It will really impact your emotional health and mental composure. So the next is, what do you think, Hazara? Yours is about acting assertively. So
Yeah, thank you, Lakshmi. My resolution is very much in line, and I feel good to continue with that. The September resolution is with respect to act assertively. As you clearly stated, as Lakshmi clearly stated, that we tend to respond, and we do not tend to respond, we rather react. So basically, same is it. And before moving forward, what resolution exactly I'm talking about? I think, Lakshmi, somewhere assertiveness can also be a technique wherein we can move forward with it, because we don't actually have an understanding what assertiveness is. Assertiveness is not just saying a no, it is basically putting forward your point of view along with due respect of the other person's emotions and giving due respect. And why is it assertiveness important, and why have we inculcated assertiveness as one of our resolution, is because assertiveness is a very good tool which will save you from lot many situations. There are two ways that people respond, either very passively or very aggressively. Assertiveness is the middle path. What happens is, like, let's take an example that many a times we fight. Someone close to us comes and fights. Either we react, as Lakshmi clearly said, we become aggressive, or else we keep quiet, thinking that that person is very close to me, I will hurt that person, and all these things. That situation would be for just a second or a two, but its repercussion is for the whole day, might be for a week and for a year, until and unless it is resolved. And we tend to react in a way that, kash mein bol deti, I should have taken a stand for myself. How dare she say this? Or else, if we have reacted very badly, we were like, I shouldn't have done this, right? I should have been a little good with my mother. Basically, we tend to do, we say something to our mothers and then we regret. Just our reaction can bring about so much of emotion, and it is like a dominoes. One falls, the other falls, the other, and it disturbs our overall well-being. So assertiveness is very important technique, because you're not just taking forward a step in telling what we feel, but in a very better manner. Here we are not trying to please, we are just conveying someone. And let me tell you one thing, that it is never a rule that we need to please everyone. It is also okay to tell what we feel. And the only thing is that we say no. That is not at all wrong. The way we say a no is wrong. So let's use the technique of assertiveness. So this was my mental health resolution for September. Now I would like to ask Manisha ji what is her next resolution. Very excited to hear from her.
Manisha ji, you are on mute.
मैं भूली कैसे। मेरा अक्टूबर का रिजोल्यूशन है कि सेल्फ एक्सेप्टेंस। मेरे को तो अभी पार्किंसंस हुआ ही है, तो मैंने एक्सेप्ट तो कर लिया। हमारे कॉलोनी के लोग मेरे को वोडका मौसी बोलते हैं, क्योंकि मैं जब चलती हूँ तो ऐसे ऐसे चलती हूँ। बोले ठीक है, वोडका मौसी तो वोडका मौसी। और एक बार क्या हुआ कि मैं खड़ी थी तो एक आदमी आया और बोला कि ऑटो के लिए 10 रुपए दे दीजिए। मैंने बोला 1 रुपए का सिंधुपा ले ले तू और भागते हुए घर चला जाएगा। ऐसे मेरे खुद के ऊपर मैंने बहुत सारे जोक्स ये किए। इससे क्या होता है कि अपने को भी अच्छा लगता है और दूसरों को भी अच्छा लगता है। वो उनका अपनी तरफ देखने का नजरिया बदल जाता है। कई कई बार तो किसी के स्कूटर पर बैठकर गए तो स्कूटर में पार्किंसन की वजह से हिलती हूँ, तो अरे बोले हमारे गाड़ी में हवा ही नहीं है, देखियो तो जरा। मैंने बोला आपकी गाड़ी बहुत अच्छी है, मैं ही हिल रही हूँ इसलिए ऐसा हो रहा है। यानी मैंने सब एक्सेप्ट कर लिया कि जो कुछ हो रहा है वो अच्छे के लिए, जाने दो। अपने को तो अपने जिंदगी तो हंसी में बहुत अच्छे से गुजारनी है। मेरे दो बेटे, बड़ा बेटा गुवाहाटी से आईआईटी पास हुआ है और पीएचडी भी किया है उसने, और सेकंड उसने एमटेक किया है नागपुर से एलआईटी से। और वो भी बहुत अच्छे हैं, उन्होंने भी मेरे को एक्सेप्ट कर लिया, हमारे फैमिली ने मेरे को कर लिया। और मैं अभी जो हॉस्पिटल में काउंसलिंग करती हूँ तो ओपीडी के लोगों को करती हूँ कि बोलती हूँ कि कोई भी डिजीज हो गया तो उसके तरफ अपन दोस्त की तरफ देखे, उसको उससे फाइट मत करिएगा, और जो हुआ सो हुआ, उसके ऊपर अपन सोल्यूशन निकाल सकते हैं। और अपने अपने को एक्सेप्टेंस चाहिए हर चीज का। कोई किसी ने कुछ बोला तो बुरा नहीं मानना, क्योंकि क्या होता है कि वो मैंने उनको बोला कि 12वां अध्याय जो गीता का है, उसका श्लोक जो तुल्य निंदा स्तुति मोहिनी संतुष्टो येन केनचित् अनिकेत स्थिरमति भक्ति मान में प्रियोदरा। किसी ने कुछ भी बोला, समशत्रौ च मित्रे च तथा मानापमानयो शीतोष्ण सुख दुखेषु समसंग विवर्जिता। ऐसा जब हम ऐसा अपना व्यवहार रखेंगे तब जीना बहुत हल्का हो जाता है और मुश्किल चीजें भी बहुत आसान हो जाती है। अपना अपन ने एक मन में रखना चाहिए कि हमारे पास जो शक्ति है, हम अकेले नहीं है, कभी अकेले नहीं रहेंगे, वो हमारे साथ है। इसलिए हम कुछ भी कर सकते हैं। और आप जैसे लोगों से भी हमारी मुलाकात उनके वजह से हुई है। थैंक यू। ये मेरा एक्सेप्टेंस था। अब हरलीन के लिए।
थैंक यू सो मच मनीषा जी, ब्यूटिफुली एक्सप्लेन्ड। आपने बहुत अच्छे से बताया हमें, बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिला आपको सुनकर। नाउ माय रेजोल्यूशन फॉर नवंबर इज seek help, give help. This is a very personalized journey. I had a very personalized journey when I started interning at Atha. When I started interning, I realized when ma'am used to teach us about different therapies, CBT, REBT, ACT, I realized that my definition of mental health was very narrow. It was just what I was hearing from people around me. Mental health, psycho, mental health, depression, and mental health, something this, something that, something. But then I started to realize that mental health psychology is a very vast field, it's a very vast subject. When we speak about mental health, we are not just speaking about diseases related to mental health. We're also speaking about how we perceive our emotions, how we acknowledge ourselves. And then I realized that my earlier I used to think that getting therapy, going to therapy, attending therapy is a very overreaction to situations. I'm overreacting. It was a myth I used to follow. When I started interning and I started learning so much from Asira ma'am and everybody in my batch, I realized that that is completely wrong. Whatever I was thinking, it was all misconceptualized. And then I started to become more confident. What I am trying to say here is please do not hesitate when it comes to your mental health. Do not hesitate. When we have a problem in our knee, we run to the orthopedic. We have a problem in our teeth, we immediately call the dentist. If if there is no issue in visiting the orthopedic and the dentist, why is there an issue in visiting a psychotherapist or a psychologist or a psychiatrist? Please put this thought in your head that it is completely okay if you're not fine. It is completely okay if you need help. Seek help. And please inspire, please tell people around you, your loved ones, people you don't know, and you think that, yes, they might need some help. Please tell them to seek help from a professional. I just a couple days before, there I have a very close loved one, and I realized by the way they were conversing with me that they really need some help. They were going through a lot in their personal life and they need some help. So I took a pause and I sat beside her and I told her that it is okay if you want to do therapy. Please do not think what are others going to perceive of me, because therapy is therapy can be very liberating if you take it in the correct sense. And I hope I explained this right, and I really want Asira ma'am to continue with her resolution.
I think what you said about seek help, give help, it was so fundamental, Harleen. Coming from your own personal experience, I really appreciate that you shared your own heart's calling. Thank you so much. That was very reflective. Here we are at December 2022. So when we enter 1st December, what are we going to do? This is something I've learned from my past 2 years. Seek wisdom from pain. This is how we are going to end our 2022. For me, I think this is the first time I'm sharing this, but for me, in 2020, I lost my mother to cancer, a deadly disease. It came out of nowhere. We had no idea that she would not be there with us. It was a rare cancer that she had, suddenly got diagnosed, and I just lost her in 50 days. May 2020, she was no more with me. That time, psychology really helped me in understanding that pain is inevitable. It is part of our journey. You have to, as Umaji have already mentioned to all of us, that we have to allow pain, we have to welcome it. It was very difficult for me to go through that pain. But gradually, what happened was, I guess, post traumatic growth. This is a very beautiful concept in psychology that trauma can transform you if you know how to perceive it. Trauma is transformational if we go slow with ourselves, if we dive into that inner experience. I heard a very beautiful quote which says, wisdom is the daughter of experience. The wise man accepts his pain, endures it, but does not add to it. So, what this post traumatic growth did to me, it told me, it helped me understand that there is a sense of personal growth even in adversity. No adversity can shake you if you're if you will approach it with a balanced, healthy mindset. I know it was very difficult for me to gain this kind of wisdom from my pain with reference to loss of my loved one. But what helped me in my journey, how did I perceive that loss? How did I perceive that pain? Gradually I started to appreciate little things in life which I took for granted. When my mother was there, I thought, she's going to be there with me, so let me just do this and then I will spend good time with her, then I will go on trips with her. So I started saying yes to these little moments. They won't wait. Yes, right now I want to spend quality time with someone. I'm going to do it. Right now I want to pause. I will do it. So start appreciating little things in life. That's how you will go to post traumatic growth. Second, slowly, I discovered my own underlying strengths, which I took for granted. I didn't think that I was capable of going through that loss. I didn't think about it. But what was my underlying strength, according to me, was hope. Hope to live and see the next day. It was very difficult to, at times, get up and, come and teach students, teach psychology. It was very difficult for me. I thought I've lost purpose. But that hope was my underlying strength. So discover your underlying strengths, appreciate little things in life. Third, rely on support from others. I used to think, why should I trouble my friends? Why should I tell them that I'm sad? Why should I call someone that, I'm not feeling like living? I'm not feeling like seeing the next day. Why should I tell this? But then I said, not why, Asira. Say it. Express it. You need that help. You need that assistance. So I have a few friends. I used to call them. I used to tell them that, it's getting very difficult. I used to cry. Rely on your community support. It could be anything. I was blessed that I had my Chinmaya mission with me. I follow a religious organization. So it was a great support. I used to rely on the teachings. I used to reflect on that knowledge, So that also helped. And then I read research on post traumatic growth, and this is what they said. So, what are the techniques to grow from your trauma? One, and start discovering your underlying strengths. Second, appreciate little moments in life, don't postpone them. Third, rely on community support. And the most important is stop, be thankful for each day. Not everyone is blessed with the next breath, as Hazara was telling us. when she talked about appreciating life. Not everyone knows if they will see the next day. So be thankful that we are here today on 28th Jan talking to each other. We have this moment, we have this day, we have the next breath. So there is possibility even in the deepest adversity. This is what December 2022 is going to help us understand. Wisdom from pain. Seek wisdom from pain. I had never shared this story with anyone on this platform, on social media platform. But today I thought, let this mental health resolution planner will only make sense if it is about us. And you must have seen all these wonderful interns. They didn't share something which is textbook. They shared their own heart's lesson. They shared their own heart's calling with all of you. Let me tell you, I'm so proud of these interns. They were only with me for like 1 month or 1.5 months, sorry. But they have actually inspired me. They have, helped me understand that there is no stopping on this path. We have Manisha ji as a living example. She's living with Parkinson. We have Umaji who was struggling with her own loneliness. We had Lakshmi who had this spark in her eyes to blend Eastern and Western psychology. We had Hazara who is now an associate professor, and she is motivating students with the techniques of psychotherapy. I'm so proud of her. She was my student also. Then we had Harleen who didn't just study what we were discussing, but she actually applied everything, almost everything that we were studying, by herself promoting psychotherapy. I cannot be more proud of these lovely interns, I tell you. So this is the mental health resolution planner. Can someone from you just go through all 12, please?
Yes, ma'am. So first of all, I think everyone got a bit emotional with respect to your life example, but we are really grateful that you shared it with us, and it to all the audience over here also. It will give a lesson to the life that how it is necessary to appreciate, as I said, coming back to it. And really, really thank you for sharing us with this thing. So just getting back to the resolutions for this year, we tried our level best, each and every one, to share our experiences and associate a resolution planner for all of you present over here. So, those who have joined in late, just trying to brief you which are the resolutions that we have made for this year, that is 2022. So, January 2022, we have the resolution that states pause for self care. February 2022, cultivate self awareness. March 2022, seek discipline and inner freedom. April 2022, appreciate life, complain less. May 2022 states learn from self examination. June 2022, connect with your values and dreams. July 2022, acknowledge and allow emotions. August 2022 states respond, don't react. September 2022, act assertively. October 2022, build self acceptance. November 2022, seek help, give help. And ending the journey of 2022 with seek wisdom from pain. So, this is our self customized resolution planner. So, thank you for this opportunity, and I thank each and everyone in Atha Center to give us an opportunity, and all the interns who shared their experience and tried to make this resolution planner the most innovative and creative. Thank you, Asira ma'am. Special thank you to you who gave us this opportunity that we could come up with such an idea and share it with our audience who can gain a lot from this whole webinar. Thank you.
True. So, all the participants who are still with us, if you now have any questions, if you have any suggestions, or if you have any insights, please you can share with us. We would be open now for questions if you have any. If you need any clarification on these. And all my interns, do you have any concluding remarks? Anything you want to say?
I would like to thank you, ma'am. I mean, before joining Atha, I used to think that I'm just 17 and I'm in my first year of college. How will I ever, like, how will I be able to absorb the knowledge of therapy, therapy techniques like CBT, REBT, and ACT? But the way you just make things so easier for us, the way you explain, the way you always inculcate practical knowledge, it really helped me a lot. And I know that it is going to, this knowledge is going to be with me for the rest of my life, and I can use it. I cannot just use it for people around me, I can use it personally. So, this is one special thing about the internship which I did, which was I every single thing that I learned, it was not something जो मैं book में पढ़ूंगी और कभी apply नहीं करूंगी. Everything was a piece of knowledge which I will surely apply. Not today, if not today, tomorrow, but it will help me. And the way you, everybody is just, I'm the youngest here in the panel, and the way everyone just made everything easier for me, and everybody was there for each other and helped each other. I think this is by far the best decision I made to intern at Atha, and I'm really grateful to everyone.
We are proud of you, Arlene. Thank you so much for your encouraging words and feedback here.
मैं भी आपके सबके थैंक यू बोलना चाहती हूँ और जो खुद जो अनुभव से गुजरता है उसके वो जो लफ्ज रहते हैं वो बहुत ही पावरफुल रहते हैं और ऐसे ही आसिरा मैम के हैं और बहुत इम्प्रेसिव है उनकी इतनी छोटी उम्र में इतना बड़ा काम में तो बहुत ही उनको प्यार करने लगी होती आई लव यू आसिरा मैम
Thank you so much, Manisha ji. Thank you so much.
भगवान के इसीलिए अपना ये सब लोगों से मुलाकात हुई और बहुत बहुत अच्छा लगा और बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिला
Yes, Manisha ji, thank you. Thank you so much.
I would also like to thank Hasira. There was a lot that I learned as a budding psychologist through this internship, applied aspects, and especially with today's webinar, I think I connected the most to the last resolution that you spoke about because in the last 1 year for me, it has all been about learning from trauma. And the phrase post-traumatic growth makes me feel very proud. And for anyone who goes through that form of pain and comes out of it wiser, I think it's a very, very proud and self-transforming moment to, be a part of. You just
That's
transform so many aspects.
Thank you so much, Lakshmi. And this group also helped me to actually express, right? So I cannot be more proud about this group of interns.
Thank you, ma'am. Just going towards the chats, we would like
Yes.
to thank each and everyone who removed their precious and time and valuable time who came here to attend our session, and I hope you all liked it. It was a small initiative from our side. Like thank you, Humel Khan, Mr. Humel Khan, and yes, we are Chaudhary sir. We'll definitely keep that in mind. He states that we should have another session wherein we say how this was planner worked for us in 2023. We'll have definitely we'll keep the feedback of each and every one over here. So thank you everyone for joining.
Right. Thank you all. And what you can
Thank
do is
you.
start applying this planner and connect with us on Atha. Let us know how you have applied your planner. You can share your personal stories with all of us. We would be very happy to look at them. So have a great day ahead. Share this YouTube webinar with everyone and stay connected with us. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.